Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, bring you guys awesome interviews. And today we have a local group that is from Pikeville, Kentucky. They are called Mirrored Image, and we're going to be talking about their debut album, The Pursuit of Happiness. And these are young guys, and I think it's actually pretty cool that they've got a debut album instead of an EP. And some bands, they just want to do an EP, then that's it, and you never hear anything else from them. But this is cool. I'm pretty sure they worked their ass off on this, so we're going to be talking to these guys. So without further ado, Mirrored Image, you guys care to introduce yourself?
I'm Dylan Belcher, and I sing and play guitar in the band.
I'm Mark Cheney, and I play guitar and sing backup vocals.
I'm Elijah Purvis, and I'm the bass player of the band.
All right, guys, so let's talk about this. What's impressed you the most about making the debut album, The Pursuit of Happiness? What's caught your eye about, if anything, guys?
What's impressed me the most is just how much people help you and support you in the community that we have, and that's really cool. And that how much hard work we put into this and seeing how it's paid off for us. It's just really cool.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised by the sales. We sold out of CDs in the first week and had to order another batch.
Wow, the first week that you guys had this out, it was already sold out?
Yeah, we sold at least 100 CDs, maybe more considering the online sales.
Jeez.
He only had an album release. The night the album came out, we sold like 40 copies that night.
Wow, that's pretty good, especially for around here.
Yeah.
Where did you guys do the CD release show at?
We did it at Long Fork Park.
Now I want to drag the producer in here, I guess, or who actually worked on this. So how was working with John Cheney on this album? Now you did produce this, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So how was working with him? You could dog him. He's right here. Let's all get it out. Let's go. How was working with him?
To be honest, man, it was really awesome. When we first came in, I had about 5 songs, and they were awful. And it really took him saying, you need to rewrite these lyrics. You need to kind of redo this, think this out a little more before something actually clicked and we have the album we have now, because we only had 1 song beforehand until he kind of stepped in. That and overall just recording, he helped a lot and really brought out the best in us and brought us to our best level, I think, really.
Working with John was great, because he's not exactly new to this whole thing. It's actually really nice to work with somebody who knows exactly what they're doing and can give us honest opinions of our work.
Any songs off the album that are standing out more to you guys than any on it? I know you guys have favorites, but are there just ones that stick out more than any, you think?
I'm going to say When the Light Goes Out, track 11, just because we weren't expecting very much to come out of it. We were expecting this little acoustic ballad toward the end of the album, and it turned out really epic sounding, and I credit John pretty much for that song being anywhere near as epic as it is.
Yeah, if you like the song, you should really thank him, because when we had first recorded it, a lot of stuff was out of time, and he was just like, this fucking sucks, you need to redo this. That, and I mean, just the people with it. I did not expect people to really give a shit about this song, but it really, it's doing better. It's doing better than a lot of them on the album, really.
How much growth musically have you seen this band go through since the formation up to the release of this album, where just has been more personal growth to say, hey, look, this is what we want to do, and we've achieved it so far? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, as far as growth goes, I mean, when we first started out, we were all kind of new to each other, really, besides me and Mark. We're just more in sync as a band now, and we kind of get each other musically. Now, whenever I bring in a new song, it's we kind of get it just right off the bat, as opposed to when we first started. It was kind of hard figuring each other out and musically and things like that, and we're just, a better band overall at this point.
So how did it come together? I know you said you knew Mark. What about Elijah? How did all this come together?
We had a band a while ago called Never Start Over, and I mean, we was young. It was before high school started, and that's been a while. So we had Elijah playing guitar for us back then, and then that band kind of fizzled out, and then we just hit him up a couple years later to start playing with us again, and everything worked out really good, and he's an awesome bass player. We're glad to have him.
Oh. That was sweet. That was sweet. That was sweet.
Got emotional there.
So what helps you guys keep your mind fresh and open to new lyrics, especially, and music for the band that that's not out there right now? I mean, I know you're not inventing the wheel, but what helps you guys keep your mind fresh and try to stay focused on what you're doing?
Really just as far as writing goes, I mean, I just try to keep thinking of ideas as much as I possibly can to not reinvent the wheel, but kind of give it a new spin, you know, which I guess is the best we can do, really.
What about you, Elijah, on bass? What helps you, man? What do you do? Anything differently, or?
Well, I mean, I just take anything that don't write, like anything that him or Mark will come up with on the guitar. I'll get the root out of it. I'll get the basic idea first, and then I'll add my own little twist on it, you know, come up with a cool rhythmic bass part for it.
Honestly, just arranging songs. Like, Dylan will bring an idea to me, and arranging songs, what helps me the most is just constantly trying to check out new stuff. Like, I'll go 1 week listening to, like, Lil Peep, as like a recent example, just really trash emo rap, and then I'll go back and listen to, like, some Beatles, or then I'll go back and listen to, like, Metallica or something, you know? It's just kind of all over the place, and you draw inspiration from everywhere.
Dylan, you're the primary guy for writing the songs for the band. Do you like this, or do you want everybody else to help? Come on, help him, guys.
I just kind of like doing it myself, really. I just like to get what I want out of it, and then I know that the rest of the music is going to be taken care of, because like I said, I've been playing with Mark for years, so I mean, as soon as I bring something in, he knows what I want. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I can just say, I want this, and he automatically knows.
Would any of you guys want to write your own lyrics with, you know, to add to this, or you just like how it's going?
Honestly, I consider it in the future. Like, I'm getting ready to go to school to be an English major, so, I mean, that something awesome might come out of that, but I might not use that at all for this.
Personally, I like the flow of it right now. You know, I'd like to be able to, you know, contribute a little bit more in the future, but as of right now, I think Dylan's pretty much got it covered.
Lord, I'm trying to start a melee between them. I'm starting to get a fight already. Broke it up after 2 shows behind the music. How much local support does Mirrored Image get from via your followers, plus radio play and venues around here? I mean, I know it's Eastern Kentucky, and with your style of music, do you think that you guys will have more success of getting support around here than, say, a true metal band or whatever, or what? Or
I don't know. It's kind of a rough situation, as I'm sure you know, around here with everybody. Mm-hmm. Just by the amount of support we've already gotten, I mean, it's really shocked me. I didn't expect this much. It's really cool. But a couple bands are starting around here and stuff like that, and hopefully we can get people, you know, more involved in everything, which we'd like to be able to put shows together and get bands together, but it's really tough because there's not a lot of people that play what we do. It's mostly country and stuff like that, you know.
yeah, bluegrass crap.
Yeah.
What can folks expect at a show from Mirrored Image when they come to see you guys play?
Well, depending on the show, if it's a live one, there's going to be a lot of noise and a lot of energy. If we haven't break something or punched someone in the face, it's probably not that good of a show. I mean, you got to do that kind of stuff.
What, you don't want a lawsuit?
Well, maybe. You know,
Okay.
any publicity is good publicity. So.
Okay.
Publicity. So, I mean,
But-
if I got to punch someone.
Oh, geez, dude. What the hell? It's like we're going to a show. It could be a WWE turn event.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. I like WWE a lot, so.
Do you like the digital era of recording albums the way it is right now, especially social media? Do you guys like this, or would you want to be in just a classic studio with each other to work on songs?
Now, see, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, while it is really cool finding out about the weirdest music online, like just finding out about, you know, whatever you can possibly imagine online. But I mean, to be fair, you can also get it for free. Like, there's no buying an album anymore, like, or anywhere near the extent of what it was. But the digital era of recording is pretty awesome because anybody can do it. If you do enough research, you can be just as good as the pros after, like, just watching enough YouTube videos. I watched that happen firsthand with John.
Plugins cost they're as much as a guitar or drum set. What does Mirrored Image bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, guys?
I don't know. I think just an interesting take on how we do it. I try to keep it pretty creative, you know, hopefully the best I can.
Music nowadays, you know, it's starting, it was meaningless for the longest time.
True.
You know, a lot of it was meaningless for the longest time.
People are getting tired of it now. They want real music again.
Yeah, because you got people out there now. Meaningful music is starting to rise once again. That's what we bring. We bring meaningful music out, you know, because we're not all about getting bitches or hoes and all that stuff. we're all
about making you cry.
Wow. You only hear that on BODS Mayhem Hour right there, folks. That's a young fella thinking with his. Well, I ain't gonna. I can't say that on the air right now, but whoo, there we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was pretty good. He wants the ladies. Smart man. And we're moving on to the next question. It's like a game show. What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for each of you? I know Elijah wants the ladies, so we already done that part. So what about the other two?
For me, it was buying a live DVD and seeing Kurt Cobain smash a stage. Just wrecking. I was like, this is who I want to be.
See, like, I've just kind of always been around it. Like, my dad and my brother, like, some of my earliest memories is John learning how to play guitar, and I've always kind of taken an interest in it. And by the time I was about, like, 6 years old, I got some piano lessons, and I did not stick to piano. I suck at piano now, but, I mean, it was a fun time.
I grew up with it as well. I grew up around that kind of thing. My mother was a musician. My father, he's still a musician. He still plays every now and again. Well, really, when I first started playing, it was because I heard Tom Morello for the first time from Rage Against the Machine, and I heard all the weird noises he can make on a guitar, and that's what inspired me to play.
So what do you think about Prophets of Rage? I want your opinion about it.
Prophets of Rage, it's a little past their time now, but
Wow, they're old now.
It's really cool that they've come back. They came back strictly because Trump was running for president, and they just felt like they needed to come back. I think it's kind of cool that they got Be Real from Cypress Hill, and they got what's his name from Public Enemy?
Chuck D?
Yeah, Chuck D. They got Chuck D in there. They're a super group, and it's really cool because they still kind of sound the same as they did a long time ago.
But here's the thing, though. If you're going to be that band Prophets of Rage, in my opinion, they should just went and got Zach De La Rocha back. I mean, just think if I would have went ape shit at Louder Live to see Rage Against the Machine.
And I think any Rage fan would have, such as myself. Like, I was a little disappointed that they couldn't get him back, but I think they tried to. But he was doing his own thing. He was producing his own album at the time.
Do you know how they got started, guys? And this is the truth. They played in a little mail room at their college.
Really?
That's how they got started. They played. You can find it on YouTube. They played in a little mail room at their college.
That's awesome.
So, and they were playing songs like Killing in the Name of Bomb Track, stuff like that. And it was just mind blowing. But I mean, I want Zach De La Rocha back.
I think we all do.
What's the expectations for Mirrored Image? Are y'all wanting to get out more to get away from Eastern Kentucky? That's what I would suggest. I mean, what's the expectations for you guys, in all honesty?
Well, to get away from here, like you said, obviously. And we would love to get signed to a little record label, nothing huge. That would be awesome. And just to be able to do this for a living and make money off of it, enough to eat on, and have at least a decent place to sleep on, Hey,
well, you guys are so young. I mean, I'll tell you right now, from these guys that's been on the road for 10 plus years, that's young for 10 plus years for a band. And in today's age, what they're talking about. But there's some horrid stories of being on the road. Like, you go to these shows, and some of these folks, they have to sell their merch just to get gas money to go to the next show. Or that purchase of a CD or a shirt could be their meal for the day. Yeah. So it's hard. I wish you guys the best of luck, but I really hope that you guys can work something out. That's for sure, especially coming out of Eastern Kentucky. And you guys play alternative rock. That's cool too. How can folks stay in touch with you guys? Buy this new album that you guys have out. Some shirts if you guys got shirts or whatever.
Yeah, we just got shirts in actually.
Cool deal. Or keep in touch where you're going to be playing at. How can you do that, guys?
Well, we have a Facebook and an Instagram, and you can find all of our shows and stuff on there. And we'll be selling all the merch at the shows, and if you need, Bandcamp and iTunes, all that good stuff.
CDs for sale at Roundabout Mountain Music.
Yeah, there's CDs for sale at Roundabout and Mountain Music.
I thought this is cool too. This actually is on all formats like Spotify. Is it CD Baby too? Is it out on, John? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw iTunes, of course, Amazon. That's cool because some of these local bands, it's only Amazon and Bandcamp, and that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. So, before I let you go, would one of you care to do a promo for the show?
I'm Dylan Belcher from Mirrored Image, and I'm listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, guys.